Hi, I'm Destiny, and I'm a pescatarian.
Hi, my name is Deja, and I'm a pescatarian. Hey guys, thanks so much for checking in with my channel again. For all of my new subscribers, I just want to say thank you for subscribing, and thank you for making my video like a 4K view video, I guess. It's the first video that I had with a lot of views, and it feels good. And I'm excited to do more videos and more hair tutorials, and at least I know that you guys are enjoying them. So today's video is going to be about my journey as becoming a pescatarian, vegetarian, whatever. I'm doing a collaboration video with my sister, and this journey has been quite hard for me. It's been about 2 months since I have eaten like meat. I only eat like seafood, so yeah, here's a video and a collaboration video with my sister showing you guys what we do and how we have come so far, I guess, or have come this far during this challenge, whatever, I don't know what you call it, but yeah. So if you want to see more about this journey and about what we're going through and experiencing, continue to watch, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to go follow my sister at Naturally Butter Brown, and the link will be provided down below so that you can go and check her out, and keep watching.
These are just questions that we felt were helpful or things that we just been experiencing, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess.
So the first question, or the first like bullet, are the jokes will never stop. Literally, every time you eat something, someone will say you're eating grass. Like, it's not even funny. Grass and nuts, like.
Or they call me a rabbit, and then since I'm pescatarian, every time we pass a church, they'll be like, "Oh, there goes a pescatarian church." For all the people who know, for all the people who know about church, it's so annoying. I swear I can't stand it. It's kind of embarrassing sometimes. But.
Yeah, like the other day when I was at work, the girl was like, "So what are you eating for lunch?" And I'm like, "I'll probably go get a salad with like salmon or whatever." And she was like, "That's not real food." Like, what?
How's that not real food? At least I'm healthy, right?
So I haven't given up cheese is pretty much the hardest thing to give up. Being pescatarian, I put it on everything.
I know.
Like, I feel like I substituted the meat for the cheese. Well, I know I substituted like the seafood for the meat, or the poultry, should I say, but I definitely put cheese on more things than I used to. When I first started, it was a lot, but I've basically been not maintaining, but basically just keeping an eye on how much cheese I put on things.
And like it's hard though, because cheese makes everything taste so good. Like if I don't have cheese on my food, it does not taste good, and I will not eat it. Most of the times I'll just throw it away, which sounds bad, but I'd rather starve than eat. I know that sounds crazy, but I'll just go eat something else, like a piece of bread and with some butter on it, versus something without cheese on it. But I recently found out that cheese can increase high cholesterol, which can cause heart attacks. So I've been trying my hardest to, eliminate the cheese. But I did find some vegan cheese, and it's lactose. So that might be better. I don't know if it's a better substitute or a healthier substitute, but yeah. I don't know. It tastes good, so.
Yeah, I had vegan macaroni and cheese, and it was the best macaroni and cheese I ever had, like, ever.
So, for me, it's in the middle. I usually spend about $150. Like last month, my husband was complaining about how much money we were spending on groceries, so I spent $150. I made it like my objective to only spend $150 on groceries, and that's it. For myself, so I don't really think it's that expensive. I think it depends on where you shop. And so I go to two different places to get my food. I go to Walmart and Shoppers, and I want to try Trader Joe's. I had not been there yet. For those of you, I guess, is Trader Joe's an international store?
It's not international, but it's more of like on the healthy side, supposedly.
Okay, so those of you who know about Trader Joe's, I want to try to check that out. One of my friends said she eats there. She said it's not that expensive to her, and yeah, so I guess it's okay. It's not that much.
So for me, it's not necessarily expensive because I don't shop personally for myself. I shop for my whole family, and I've just taken the money that I was spending before on groceries and just now spending it on our new lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
For me, it doesn't feel lonely because I explained it well to my children and my husband. We're all on the same page. My child understands. She's 8, so she doesn't really have a choice. If I'm cooking it, she's eating it. If not, she's just gonna be hungry.
And see, that's different for me. My husband was more like, as soon as I told him, I was like, I think I'm gonna become vegetarian. At that time, I didn't really understand what pescatarian meant, so I didn't really say pescatarian. So I was like, I think I'm going to become vegetarian. He was like, well, I'm not becoming a vegetarian. You can't force me to become vegetarian. You can't force the kids. That's the decision that they have to make on their own. I understand what he's saying, but at the same time, what I do is I include healthy ways of eating and healthy habits into my children's regimen so that they can eventually understand on their own. Her daughter is a little bit more advanced than my kids. So my kids, like me and her son is the same age, but my son, he's just a boy, so they're just like whatever. Her daughter's a little bit more advanced. She understands a little bit better. So my kids, like, they understand what eating healthy means, but they're still asking me questions. Like, they'll ask me, Mom, is this healthy for me or is this not healthy for me? So the good thing is that I'm implementing those healthy eating habits now to them. So eventually, they'll make their own decision. As for my husband, I'm pretty sure he's watching this. He is learning very slowly, but I've been seeing some change in him, and I think that he might be changing very soon. So we'll see.
I don't really know how much protein to eat. I mean, I've been working out, so like I eat protein afterwards just to help strengthen and build my muscles. But on a daily basis, like I don't keep track of how much protein because to me it doesn't affect how I feel.
Okay, so protein affects me big time. If I realize that if I do not have a lot of protein, I realize when I don't, because I have like this decrease in energy. Like I feel really sluggish. I feel I get really bad headaches and I feel like nauseated, I guess. And like last week I felt the worst. Like I wasn't feeling good at all. So one of my friends was like, well, why don't you get some Ensure? So I went and bought some something like Ensure. I got Boost and another brand, I can't remember what it's called, and I've been feeling a dramatic change. Not only that, but I've been doing chia seed, just so much. Like my drinks in the morning are packed with protein. So I really started to change my diet so that it can be more healthy and beneficial for my body.
I did not lose weight. So let me tell you this. So my husband lost like 30 pounds with cutting out beef, pork, chicken, turkey. I lost 0. We cutting out all of them, and I didn't even eat pork. Well, I ate like bacon here and there, but I didn't eat like ham and whatever else. Pork, whatever. Anything else pork I wasn't eating besides bacon. I didn't eat beef at all. I haven't ate it for like years, and yeah.
But I think that just has a lot to do
cut out
with
chicken
metabolism.
And the only thing I really cut out was chicken, pork, and turkey. So now I just eat like seafood, and I lost 0 weight. Like,
but I think it also has a lot to do with the metabolism, because like if you see our mom, she has 8 kids and she's like stick skinny.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. But then we also have different fathers, so I mean that might, like, we might take after our father's sides too. I don't know. For me, it's like I'm skinny everywhere else except for my stomach. Like everybody's like, oh no, your stomach isn't big. I'm not saying that I'm fat or anything, but
there is some weight in your
stomach. Like I realized
that's where it is for me.
Like after I started drinking those protein drinks, my stomach got big, and I was like, what the heck is wrong with my stomach? So I started trying to do some crunches. I did lose weight, but I think I more so lost weight just because I haven't had kids like in a while, so I think like my body is now starting to get back to how it was before. But I did lose weight. I lost. I think I lost about 5 pounds. I was 115 before I started this, and I think I'm like 110 now. So I think I did lose weight, and I do not want to get skinny at all. Like I don't want to be skinny. I don't like it on me.
You're trying to be slim thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I think my metabolism basically is what's keeping my weight. Like, I've never struggled with weight. Like, whatever weight I was, I stayed that way. When I was 117, like, no matter what I ate, junk food, healthy food, like, I stayed that way. When I was 130, like, my metabolism helped me stay the weight that I was and not to gain the weight.
Oh, yeah. I see.
I have 2 kids, a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old. My 2-year-old will eat whatever you put in front of his face. My 8-year-old, I just had to explain to her or educate her what I was educated on. Not to say like I'm a million books educated on being vegan, vegetarian, or pescatarian, but what I know I wanted to share with her so that she understood why we were making these life decisions or these life changes. My husband already knew. He's been thinking about being pescatarian for years, but I guess it took me, the cook of the house, to actually change, like, you know, put my foot down, like, look, we have to change the way we're eating.
Yeah, so, like, for me, it was, so, like, after I explained it to my husband, and then I sort of kind of explained it to my children, or I would be making a salad, and my daughter would be like, "Oh, Mom, is that going to be for all of us?" And I'd be like, "No, because all of y'all don't eat this kind of food." And so then I realized that one of my 2 daughters, they are 5 and 7. They'll ask me, "Jonna, shh." They'll ask me, sorry guys, my daughter's in the room. So they'll ask me if I'm going to make them what I'm eating. And at first I wasn't. I felt kind of bad. And I was like, well, maybe I should because I see that they want to eat what I'm eating. I didn't want to force it on them. So I want them to naturally accept it. So they did, and I'm going to start cooking what I make for myself for them too. Hopefully they eat it and like it. But
Have they been, like, besides the salad, like,
no,
what about, like, this
other stuff? Oh yeah, well, Israel, my 2-year-old, 3-year-old, she's actually been drinking the smoothies with me every morning. If I don't put honey in it, they won't drink it. So I had to put honey in it. But there's another natural sweetener. I think it's called agave. Have you heard of agave? It's called agave. It's supposed to be a natural sugar sweetener to use instead of sugar and honey.
Well, honey is natural.
I mean, it is natural, but they say that it depends on which one. Like the organic one has less sugar in it than versus, you know, I guess.
So what are you saying? Like, if it's not organic, they add sugar to it?
Yeah, basically. So you have to get stuff that says organic. So that's what I've been trying to do. But anyways, back to the question. My kids, they're kind of like on the fence about it. Like they want to, but if they see some grilled chicken or some fried chicken or some grilled hot dogs, they want the grilled hot dogs, you know. What kid doesn't? So, yeah.
But wait, did you explain to them, like, the chemicals that they put in meat and...
I did, like, but I didn't really want to get too into it. What's funny is, though, I did kind of go into details, but just a little bit. I didn't want to go too into it because I didn't want her to get, like, scared. But my daughter came home and she said, "Mom, we read this book in school, and in the book it talked about the what are they called? The places where they make food. What are they called?
Like farms?
No, the buildings. What are they called? Starts with an M.
The slaughterhouse? Like where they cut?
No,
what?
the other
Manufacturer?
No, I don't know what the freaking heck it's called. Anyways, where they make flour. She said in the book about the book about how they make flour, she said the buildings are very dirty. In the book that they read, she was like, the book, she said she saw pictures of it, and she was like, yeah, Mom, did you know that the place where they make flour is really dirty, and our flour is dirty, and it has all this stuff in it? And I was looking at her like, ew, I didn't even know that. And I was like, ew, we're about to change our flour now. So she knows, even though she's 7, she knows, and she has like an understanding of what not to eat and what's okay to eat. But then they also just look and see stuff, and they'll be like, I don't want to eat that. That doesn't look right, which is basically what I do anyway, so.
So I basically went pescatarian because I didn't want to jump. I knew I wouldn't be able to handle just jumping from being a carnivore to being just a vegan. I was, throughout, like, probably the past 2 years, I've just been doing research, and I've been following, like, vegan pages on Instagram and other social medias, and just getting more in depth into just the meat industry and how they produce the meat, how they farm the I guess I shouldn't call them meat. They're animals, like the chicken and cows and stuff like that. But I just besides like the violent act that they I guess conduct upon these animals, just the health factor of us consuming the meat after they rinsed it with bleach and put all the fillers and other chemicals in it, like it just doesn't sit right in my heart to continue to eat that or to even feed it to my children. Like just growing up around like our older generation, like our grandparents and aunts and uncles, and they're all crippled and have diabetes and all other types of diseases that come with eating unhealthy. Like, I just don't want to be like that. I don't want to be 50 years old and being medicated. Like, I want to be 50 and still able to run with my children.
True,
like,
exactly. For me, it was more so before I even thought about. Well, I don't know. For years, I've always questioned it and thought about it, because I don't know if some of you guys know who Heather Lindsay is, but she was kind of like the motivation for me to want to venture out to trying it. But she's like strictly vegan, so she doesn't eat any meat at all. And which is crazy, she actually cooks for her husband too. He eats meat, so she cooks for her husband regular meals with meat, and then she'll cook her and her children the vegan meals, which I find very interesting. I'm pretty sure the husband gives the son stuff like that too. Anyways, the real big reason why I actually became pescatarian is because I heard about how cows are treated, and it just made me cry. I just bust out crying when I found out. I didn't know that they're basically like getting raped to reproduce instead of naturally taking their course. And I'm a big believer as far as like the way God already had everything happen is the way that it should continue to happen. And in order for our animals to grow, reproduce, all that kind of stuff, and to be fed, they should be eating things that they're supposed to be eating versus things that the farm is feeding them in order to get bigger, or steroids and all that other crazy stuff. So that was my main reason. The second reason is because I just wanted to be healthy. I realized, like she was saying, she didn't eat beef. I stopped eating beef close to around the same time she did. If I did eat it, it was like because I didn't realize that I was eating it, and I was like, oh snap, I'm eating beef. But every time I would eat beef, I would get the worst cramps in my stomach. I would feel so sick. And
that's how it was when I used to eat spaghetti with beef in
it.
Girl.
So we switched to what was it? Turkey.
Yeah.
We started eating turkey bacon and all that. So the turkey was good, but then I don't know. I wanted to just completely eat healthy, and I wanted to have more energy throughout my day. And I'll be 30 next year, and I don't want to be 30 years old and feeling terrible about myself. I know too many people are in their 30s and they look terrible or they feel terrible.
And 30's not even old.
Exactly, and I do not want to be that type of person. So I'm starting now with how I eat and how I take care of myself. No, I'm not. I like meat too much, so I don't think I'll ever.
Meat?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I like meat, so I don't think I'll ever go vegan.
Oh, so you like the fact that you substituted your meat for...
Yeah, for seafood. Like, okay. I love seafood. I love shrimp. I love crabs. Like, I love fish. I don't think that I will... and plus, I tried to do the vegan thing in the first month. So that was the difference for me. I tried to do vegan for the first month before I decided to do pescatarian.
So you just
cutthroat
did vegan?
Yeah, and I didn't like it at all. And I wanted meat so bad that I was ready to just eat a freaking pork sandwich. Like, I wanted it so bad. So I think that I will probably stay pescatarian. I get very vulnerable when I'm around people who are eating meat. And I just be like feeling so super hungry. But I implement the vegan diet, the vegetarian diet into my regular routine, so I'm kind of like all in the same mix, I guess. I just still eat seafood. That's the meat that I substitute for meat.
Well, I plan on at least trying vegan. I'm not saying that it'll be anytime soon, but it'll just be like the same steps that I took to become pescatarian. It'll be step by step, day by day. For me, mentally, when I feel as though I'm ready to give up something, it's easy for me because I no longer feel the need to continue to do what is unnecessary, I guess.
Yeah.
Just having a strong mental